Good evening. This is Joe Fazio, and I'm with some of my former brethren at the University of Notre Dame, and we're here to talk to you about a very, very special medical device that is newly patented. It utilizes phototherapy. Photobiomodulation is the scientific name. It is non-transdermal. There's no chemicals that go into your body. I put this patch on the back of my neck. Within 21 days, that pinching that went down the lower back into my glutes, down the back of my knee, that irritation totally went away. My hip irritation went away. My plantar fasciitis went away. The gums around my teeth closed up, and my hair is going from from gray back to brown. It is not anti-aging. It truly is age reversal. Again, this is a patented wellness product. You can look it up. X39 is a patented medical device. I called Mike McCoy. He's the senior statesman on this Zoom, and I wanted Mike to come on and talk a little bit about what this medical device has done for him. Mike?
Hey, thanks, Joe. I played University of Notre Dame from 1966 to 70, then 11 brutal years in the National Football League for the Packers, Raiders, and Giants. And I am 76, by the way. And when Joe called me, my fingers were in pain. I had a lump on my wrist. I had a plantar cyst on my wrist. I've had every joint replaced, my right hip done twice. I was still functioning, but it was in pain, and I was still traveling to Mike McCoy Ministries, and I moved into a subdivision where I started playing pickleball. I could play one or two games. So when Joe came along, I kind of looked at it. We all poo-poo something like that, and so I kind of said, "Well, let me try it," and I tried it. And right away, the lump in my wrist, the pain was gone. That lump has been gone. I've been on the patch for a year and a half. About 3 months later, that lump was gone. The cyst is gone. I couldn't even touch my wrist. And the arthritis in my hands, now the deformity is still there, but the arthritis in my hand is gone. My barber, she said that my hair started getting fuller, and this little bald spot here is almost closed in now. I'm getting brown eyebrows, and I play pickleball. And and I'm about 90% out of pain. So I saw a friend of mine a year ago, April, who played in Major League Baseball for 3 years, and he's on the patch now. And when he first saw me, he didn't say anything, but a couple of weeks later, after he's been on the patch, he said, "Mike, what have you done to me?" His energy level went crazy. And he said, "I thought you were wearing makeup," when he first saw me, because we know the collagen, after about 6 months, we produce our own collagen. And so that was pretty interesting. I'm playing pickleball now. August 10th, it was 90 degrees. I was in a round robin tournament. I played 8 games in 4 hours. And these guys who were 60, 62 were falling out. And, I was sweating and tired and drinking water, but I could still play. So the patch has really definitely helped me. And it's also really helped me reborn physically, because spiritually I was reborn a long time ago. And physically, this was reborn for me because this past fall, I spend a lot of time in the Catholic schools speaking 7 or 8 times a week, sometimes 2 weeks in a row, and my energy level was up. Took me about 5 months before I noticed my energy level, because I think of what I did in my body and how I abused it, and other people try to abuse it, and which I try to stop them. But that's how it goes in the NFL. You take it and you give it. And so for me, X39 has been very, very positive. I'm getting remarried, and in probably about 3 or 4 months. So that's pretty cool. And actually, my fiance is a nurse, and she's amazed at what's all the things that are going on, and so it's been a real pleasure and sharing it with other people. And that's what I find my pleasure in, is getting other people involved, with people that I know personally, and the stories that we hear week after week after week of what's happening in people's lives. And so I'm thrilled that there's over 60 former Notre Dame football players. I think everyone should be on them, and hopefully that's going to be our group's goal, is to reach our friends. Now, unfortunately, some of my friends have passed on, or they're at a stage in life where they don't care anymore, which is kind of sad. So we need to work on that. So Joe, thanks for doing that, and Rich and Ginger, thanks for being such a great support with my organization.
Excellent. So then I called Rich Tillman up in Jacksonville. Rich, what has this patch meant to you and your family?
Well, I'll tell you, Joe, after my career at Notre Dame, that was 1969, 70, 71. Mike and I were teammates for one of those years. And then I went on 2 more years after that. And then a year in Canada with the Calgary Stampeders, and then a couple of years in the World Football League. So I didn't have Mike's long NFL career, but I had a couple of years of professional football, and then just the wear and tear that comes with it. We played 20-game seasons, so in those two World Football League seasons, there were over 40 games plus four preseason games. There's a lot of football in 2 years, you know. So I saw a lot of my friends get busted up pretty good and careers ended. But when you called me, Joe, I had a situation with an elbow that had bothered me ever since practicing for the Cotton Bowl in 1970 in the Convocation Center there. That old tartan turf, if you remember, that was in there. I fell and hit my elbow right on that funny bone right there. And that bothered me for a long, long time. And then finally, this finger right here, this end finger, and this finger right here, tingled for a long time, and then went completely numb. And I couldn't really grip my golf club anymore. That's my left hand. And so I'm taking ibuprofen, I'm taking Celebrex, I'm taking all the things that you have to because it would hurt when I would grip, and it affected my life because I love to play golf. Uh, and uh, and so once I started, and once you and I talked about the patches, I didn't really take the patch for that reason. I didn't. I knew about ultraviolet light and infrared light and how beneficial they are on the body. I didn't do that to have this pain go away. I never even thought that it would affect it at all. But after about 3 months, I noticed, you know what? My fingers, they don't tingle anymore. I don't have that pain in my finger anymore. I'm not taking the aspirin any longer or Celebrex, which is a good thing because I'd like to be drug free. And so it totally cleared up. And now I've got no issue with my elbow. I'm working out all the time. I'm playing golf. I'm doing all the things. And when you're 74, you think a lot of things would be bothering you. I'm not. I am pain free. And it
Mm.
all comes from wearing this X39 patch. And I've lost a couple of teammates here recently in the last year. John Siskowski, our fullback, Eddie Guyas, our running back, Mike Cady, who played for the Buffalo Bills for 13 or 14 years. We lost Mike. These guys, we lost them to head injuries. And I can remember the day that concussions were treated with smelling salts. And when they woke you up, you went right back in the ball game. And that took its toll on my teammates. And now three of them are gone. I don't want to see any, I don't want to lose any more of them. And I feel like it's my responsibility to get this message out to the other guys. There's a way that you can get healthier and younger by wearing this simple patch. It doesn't look like much technology. There's so much built into it. We've got to get the message out to our teammates and let
Mm.
them know that they don't have to live decrepitly or age decrepitly, that they can actually get younger. And that's what we're doing. And
That's
so I'm
excellent.
excited for this, Joe. Thank you for doing this for me.
Absolutely. You know, people are putting,
Also, one other thing, real quick, Joe.
go ahead, Mike.
Also, they don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on stem cell shots. That probably don't work.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's right. You know, people are popping more pills, and that cannot be good for your kidneys and liver. I reached out to my teammate, Jim Scythe. He's on the West Coast. Jim, you've had tremendous benefits. Talk a little bit about the head trauma and some of the other benefits that you've seen from the X39 patch.
Sure. Hey, Joe, my name is I'm Jim Scythe. Played for the Irish in 1982 and 83. I'm 60 years old. About 9 months ago, I saw Joe at a team reunion. I felt like or I looked like I was about 70. I felt like I was 90. Um, I was dying. I mean, that's the bottom line. My best friend, or one of my best friends, saw me right after that, just when I had started taking the patches. And I found out later he had told his wife, he said, Jim's not going to make it till Christmas. There's no way.
Mm.
I was suffering from multiple head traumas, both from playing football, and from being in combat. I, uh, I couldn't work. I was out of work. I couldn't focus. I was a wreck. And I started wearing the X39 patch. The first thing I noticed was I had more energy and I was sleeping better. My head trauma started to clear up. Um, I I was supposed to have surgery on my foot, maybe even an amputation of a toe because my wounds weren't healing. And I went in for my pre-surgical appointment, and the doctor said, "What's going on?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "You don't need to have surgery." My blood work came back from the labs that I took for that pre-surgical appointment. This was after I'd been wearing the patch for about 6 weeks, and my A1C had dropped from 12 over 12 to 5.8.
Hmm.
My C-reactive protein, which is a measure of inflammation, had dropped from over 10 to zero point 0.2. I feel better today. I feel better today than I felt in 30 years. I walk 5 miles a day and do 50 flights of stairs. I've
Hmm.
lost 30 pounds.
Hmm.
Um, Everything about me is better. I feel better, and I am just grateful for my good friend Joe, who got me to wear X39, which probably saved my life. So, I mean, obviously that's the work of God, but God used Joe to help me. So I am super grateful. Again, I feel better than I felt in 30 years, um, and I'm
Cool.
I'm just feel blessed.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. That's a great testimonial. Tom Flynn, you were a grad assistant when I was a freshman there, so if you wouldn't mind, come on and share a little bit about what this technology has done for you, sir.
Well, thank you, Joe. I was on the team from 75 to 78, graduated in 79. I also went on to law school and business school. So I'm a triple domer, one of the few rare ones that got that far. And I had a chance to play with the Cowboys. And, I'd say about 6 months ago, I got a call from Rich and Ginger. They're talking about this patch technology that I ought to try out. I've always been active. I was a runner, always ran track, always was fast defensive back. And mobility was very important to me. And it was getting to a point where I felt like a 90-year-old man in the morning getting up. My ankles hurt so much. They're getting swollen and my knees were aching. I had an appointment with my orthopedic guy, and he said, "You don't have any cartilage in your left knee. Let's get you a knee replacement." And so that was kind of bumming me out. And Rich gave me a call and got me on the patches. I've been taking that X39, X49, and some of the Eon patching for inflammation. And lo and behold, I haven't had to have my left knee replaced. I don't have pain. Uh, my ankles actually, the swelling, I don't have swelling, and the pain I experience in the morning is barely not existent anymore. And I'm out there playing pickleball with the young whippersnappers and tennis now and keeping active and keeping myself from getting fat from being inactive. So I'm very pleased with the way the patches are working for me. And I'd like to really try and get the athletic programs around here in the high schools and let the young kids really recover faster.
Mm,
So I'm going to make a push to try and get to some of the local high schools. I have some contacts and I used to be an athletic director at the local Catholic high school, Cardinal Newman, and see if I can just get the football team to start using it, see if they have quicker recovery. So I'm
excellent.
very happy with the results of the patch.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. Last but not least, quarterback Patrick Steenburge. I know you're kind of new to the patch, but Patrick, let us know how you felt about the technology and why you decided to put on this patch.
Yeah, I appreciate and Rich Toman first reached out to me a couple months ago. I thought about it for a while. And then I just said, boy, I played quarterback, so I didn't get hit as much as guys like Mike, didn't take quite the beating. Um, but our bodies have gone through some things, and I've been able to stay very active my entire life. Actually, the last 5 or 10 years, I've been hiking as many mountains as I can and skiing. I was skiing blue runs, and a couple weeks ago, I went and skied some black diamonds and a double black diamond. I just felt confident enough to do that again. So I can't pinpoint something and say this has helped me, but I've got lots of energy and I feel good about what I'm doing. It's simple to put that patch on, every morning and then take it off at night. It's the simplest thing to ever do. There's nothing going into my body. I try to keep that as clean as possible. So I'm looking forward. In the next couple months, I'll be flying a lot overseas. I produce amateur, mainly high school and small college football games around the world. So I'll be flying a lot, and I'm interested just to see how the X39 helps me kind of recover from some of those flights and trips, and looking forward to staying with it and see just what it can do to keep me rolling.
Excellent, excellent. Guys, this X39 is a patented product Again, it regenerates your dormant stem cells by stimulating what is called GHK copper peptide. The New England Journal of Medicine states that the number one way to improve your wellness is to increase the number of stem cells in your bloodstream. Aside from a stem cell injection, which is super expensive and very painful, this is the best way to wake up your dormant stem cells, create embryonic and pluripotent stem cells. We can show you a way to get this patch at no charge. It's very affordable. It's about $3.37 a day. But all of us on this call representing Notre Dame, there are 45 other former Notre Dame players wearing this patch, including Rocky Blyer, Joe Theismann, Sean Wood, and Devon McDonald. If you want some more information about this technology, get in touch with any of the gentlemen on here, Mike, Rich, Tom, Jim, Patrick, myself. We'll be glad to help you and get you back to wellness and stop taking the pharmaceutical drugs and the Aleve and the Tylenol. That cannot be good for your system. So thank you for your attention today, and we hope to have you on the team here shortly. Go Irish.
Go Irish.
Go Irish.